Phew, she exclaimed as soon as she opened the door to her one-room apartment. She flung her white tote bag onto the only chair in the room and proceeded to undress. Another day of intense, hard work with very minimal results. She worked hard, no doubt, yet she had practically nothing to show for it. After all the fake smiles and unnecessary pleasantries, she was back to reality. The harsh truth echoed louder in the silence of her room. Most of her contemporaries were doing far better than she was. She had waited for too long. Time was no longer on her side. She was aging. They say there's light at the end of the tunnel, she muttered to herself. But it felt like she had already reached the end, yet no glimpse of light. Has the light been removed? Or had it simply moved somewhere else? One after the other, she removed the clothes she had worn all day. Each fabric carried a reflection of how her life had turned out since she stepped into adulthood. She graduated with good grades and higher expectations. Yet what met her? Failure and uncertainty while she was still wandering in her thoughts. Beep. Her phone rang. She picked up the call. Hi, Alaya. A bright, familiar voice erupted from the other end. It was her blossoming friend, the one she had started life with, but who now seemed to be miles ahead. Hey, she replied, her voice calm but uncertain. I've just landed a big gig with a foreign company. I'm so happy. Her friend squealed. Are you free? She continued. Let's hang out. I'll text you the address. Don't be late. We're spending this money together. Oh, congra, she stammered, but the call had already ended. It had always been like that. Most hangouts were celebrations of her friend's success. And lately, it has begun to feel traumatizing. She wasn't jealous, God forbid. But that feeling of being stagnant, while everyone else was moving forward, it weighed heavily on her. She walked into the bathroom and let the cold water run over her skin. As it trickled down, she allowed herself to cry softly at first, then freely. The water masked her sobs, but not the ache in her heart. After a few minutes, she stared at herself in the mirror. You're not a failure, she whispered. For the first time in a long while, she allowed another thought to settle in. What if my journey is just different? She remembered the small wins she had ignored, the skills she had built and the resilience she had developed. Maybe Prague always loud. Maybe sometimes it was silent growth. She dried herself, put on a simple but elegant dress, and sat on the edge of her bed. Her friend's text buzzed in with the address. She picked up her phone, then paused. Instead of forcing a smile and rushing out to relive the same emotions, she typed, Congratulations, I'm so proud of you. I won't be able to make it tonight, but let's celebrate soon. I need a quiet evening to myself. Shihichi send. If there was no light at the end of the tunnel, she would create one.